So Skip Bayless is reporting on the Skip Bayless Show, by the way, his reasoning for why leaving Fox Sports 1. And this is one of the announcements that he wanted the world to know. He let a lot of stuff out the bag. That the Skip Bayless Show is going to be unfiltered. He'll be able to say whatever he wants. There's no boundaries, there's no handcuffs. He get to speak his mind and say his piece. He used an example when he was working at Fox Sports 1. The executives, the powers that be at Fox Sports 1, was telling him to be careful, and he was talking about how he had to pull punches. He couldn't say what he wanted to say. He was sort of kind of censored from Fox Sports 1. He also announced on the Skip Bayless Show that he's going to have a book about his former boss. So be on the lookout for that. Also, this is kind of sort of Skip Bayless news. Stephen A. Smith indicated that him and Skip Bayless no longer communicate with one another due to Stephen A. Smith defending Shannon Sharpe on the phone with Skip Bayless, talking about it was out of bounds. He took things a little too far. Skip Bayless disagreed with Stephen A. Smith. I'm pretty sure Skip Bayless is going to talk about this on his show. He also announced that he's a content creator. He's going to create content for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I believe he's probably going to be on Facebook as well. I heard a lot of content creators talk about how much money you can generate from Facebook. I dibble and dabble in Facebook, but I'm not really a content creator on Facebook. But that it is what it is. What I think about the latest news concerning Skip Bayless. First and foremost, I've heard this from Skip Bayless. I have literally heard Skip Bayless say this in the past. Now, when Skip Bayless departed from ESPN 8-9 years ago, he talked about how he was censored by Disney and he was not allowed to go full throttle. He had to pull his punches, because of Disney, because Disney owns ESPN. That made more sense than what Skip Bayless is saying now. I can understand if he was still working at ESPN, and that explains a lot. It also explains when Skip Bayless, not once but twice, when Skip Bayless was a free agent, and when Skip Bayless got his contract renewed by Fox Sports 1, ESPN was always lurking around trying to get Skip Bayless back, and Skip Bayless declined their offers, even though ESPN was willing to do anything and everything to get Skip Bayless back at ESPN. ESPN Plus wasn't doing well at that particular time. I still don't think ESPN Plus is the answer. Okay. They was letting go of people. So that kind of explains why he never, when he was a free agent, wanted to go back to ESPN. And when he was getting his contract renewed again by Fox Sports 1, he never wanted to go. That explains why he didn't go back to ESPN. But to use that same excuse on why he's no longer at Fox Sports 1. Now, I've heard that Fox Sports 1 allows you to say whatever you want to say. Now, that was a different time. That was a different climate. Maybe Fox Sports 1 is getting woke, getting a little left wing, a little righteous, and maybe they're not allowing their personalities to say whatever they want to say. Colin Cowherd has been on Fox Sports 1 and he hasn't said anything controversial like he used to say back in the day at ESPN. So I don't know if this excuse applies to Fox Sports 1. It, when I read the article and when I watch the clips of the Skip Bayless Show, to me it sounds like a little bit of deflecting, a little bit, and he also said that they had huge egos over there at Fox Sports 1. Well, if they had huge egos, then why would you re-sign back to Fox Sports 1? So a lot of stuff Skip Bayless was saying, it just didn't make a lot of sense. I felt like the departure, I felt like Fox Sports 1 and Skip Bayless really didn't want to go where they finally went. I think, Fox Sports 1 had to do something to cut the bleeding because they was hemorrhaging money. And the Undisputed was not getting the ratings like he used to get when Shannon Sharpe departed. And you just can't renegotiate a contract, max out Skip Bayless, and you already got, evidence that if you max out Skip Bayless, those ratings may not never return. Plus, they were competing with First Take. Undisputed had a little bad taste in his mouth. And maybe Fox Sports, the executives at Fox Sports 1 said, you know what? Let's start this all over again and, do something different from their side of things. And maybe there was some turmoil between Skip Bayless and the executives over there at Fox Sports 1. And maybe, Skip Bayless was not in their future plans. And, maybe Skip Bayless is, don't want to accept full responsibility. I don't think Skip Bayless should accept full responsibility, but I do feel like Skip Bayless deserves some portion of responsibility of how unsuccessful Undisputed was when you was comparing it to First Take. And not only Skip Bayless should take some responsibility, but the current regime at Fox Sports 1 should take some responsibility. The previous regime should take some responsibility. Shannon Sharpe should take some responsibility. As well as Undisputed was with Skip and Shannon, they still didn't beat First Take in the ratings. It was the second, sometimes the third best show in the morning. And I've said this 1,000 times. I want to say it again. It wouldn't have made sense for Fox Sports 1 to re-sign Shannon Sharpe to a max contract and then later on sign Skip Bayless to a max contract, and you still got the second, maybe third best show in the morning. Even if you give Shannon Sharpe his own show, why do that? Even if you re-sign Skip Bayless, why do that? So they want to start this thing all over. The facility, I'm not too highly on the facility. The faculty, or wherever you call it, it's a decent attempt. It would not surprise me none. I don't see this show making 5 years. I think this show will be gone in less than 5 years. So that's just my honest opinion on it. It's all right, but when football season is over with, then what they're going to be talking about? Off-season moves, the NFL draft, free agency. This show is only going to be as popular as long as the NFL season starts. Everybody's going to, there's more NFL fans than any other fans, more than Major League Baseball, more than the NBA. So yeah. But back to Skip Bayless. I feel like that's not a legit excuse. And who knows? They made this new regime. They didn't want Skip Bayless to say what he want, but he throughout that show he had the opportunity to say whatever he wanted to say. You trash your co-host Shannon Sharpe. You talked about LeBron James. So yeah, I mean, I don't can't, out of the 8 years, I just can't remember a time where Skip Bayless was not allowed to say what he wanted to say. The Daryl Hamill, and I think that's probably the beginning of them censoring Skip Bayless, because he did not look well. He did not look good when he said on social media, you know, they should continue to play the game. And you got this man, you know, laying on the football field and possibly passing away before our eyes. That was not a good look for Skip Bayless. I felt like Skip Bayless really looked bad at that moment, like he just didn't give a damn about the player. And I can understand why Shannon Sharpe was a little upset with him, was upset at Skip Bayless. I can understand why a lot of people were upset at Skip Bayless. And maybe that was the beginning of, you know, Fox Sports 1 telling Skip Bayless, hey, you know, be careful what you say on live television. Because what you say on live television, it hurts our brand as well. They was beating around the bush with Skip Bayless, and they didn't get serious with it. I do feel like they got serious with Skip Bayless that final year of Shannon Sharpe, but it was a little too late. And maybe Skip Bayless said, hey, you know what? If I can't be myself, then why even do it? Okay? And, you know, it's not like Skip Bayless left Fox Sports 1. You know, Fox Sports 1 refused to renegotiate and give him an offer. And the value, the stock of Skip Bayless has been decreasing. You know, ESPN don't even want Skip Bayless. So, yeah, a lot of stuff he was talking about, I'm intrigued to see the future of Skip Bayless. But that excuse, he can miss me on that. That's not really a legit excuse for him. And that's just his way of saying, hey, I got to get out from under this bad situation. And hey, we'll see. We'll see if the Skip Bayless Show pulls in numbers. You know, he's a full-time content creator. You know, if that's your big news and you said you've been planning this for 8 years, for like 8 months, 8 months, then fine. Now we got the announcement of him and Lil Wayne. I don't know if that's going to be part of the Skip Bayless Show or that's going to be a separate YouTube channel, or even a network that might be entertained with that concept of Skip Bayless and Lil Wayne. You know, but we have to wait and see where that lands. I feel like that's going to be that'll be something on a separate YouTube channel or part of the Skip Bayless YouTube channel. So, yeah, that's all I got for today. Guys, tell me what you think. I'll see you guys on the flip side.